Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, it's Regit and welcome to our first true forming of update 7.1. It's taken a long while to materialise because super material Cosmo here hasn't really made it very easy at all for me to actually do anything. As you may well know, because I looked at it before in the update overview and such, the upgrade cost of this is 10 epic cat fruit, which is fine, I usually have that much, but 30 yellow cat fruit. No one in their right mind has 30 yellow cat fruit just lying about. The cat fruit storage does not allow for that. It's got a total of 128 or something. That usually allows, when you're balancing things out to roughly what you want them at, 15 of each cat fruit, so I ended up being halfway there, and with one day to get all the cat fruit. Obviously I couldn't do it. Now I had to wait another week for the cat fruit to come back again, using the catamin stages to replenish energy, using all of my energy to work towards that, and discovering that treasure radars can guarantee you the piece of cat fruit that you want from that stage on that stage. So eventually we got there. If you want to see me getting there, I'll put the stream in an eye or some such. But here it is, the true form. Finally enough cat fruit got for it. Ultima Galaxy Cosmo. True form evolution increases attack power, gains 100% chance to freeze, floating and angelic enemy movement. And I have a very special job for it today, at which it will hopefully excel. So let us evolve this fellow into the very exciting blue and yellow coloured and hopefully more high definition character, Ultima Galaxy. That looks just as low definition. And that is like minus 480p. It says enhance. Is that different? I think that's different. It's different. Look at that. He has reached the edge of the universe and seen the truth. Area attacks have a 100% chance of knockback and freeze versus floating and angels. On at the same time of recording this video, but probably not worthy of its own thing because it's now literally a year old, is Slimy Stallions. It's back. We waited ages for a lucky ticket event and two have come at once. We had the Midas Touch not very long ago, and Sliming to Victory is back, strangely making itself uncleared, which Midas Touch didn't do, which I don't really understand, but it does allow us to get our cat food and energy back, so that's good. And also what they seem to have done is put the Lucky Cat capsule menu within the normal one, which I think looks nice and tidy. I quite like that. Then I have full view of my cat to crop to if I'm saying something edgy. Anyway, I'm sure that speedrunning will soon be on the Silent Gnome channel for that, and on the Great Speedrun playlist. If you've ever looked at my playlist, I've made lots of them now. I'm an organisy boy. Today's challenge for Ultima Galaxy Cosmo, however, lies in the Laboratory of Relics. Once again, we've been to this place loads of times. Absolutely huge amount of times. And every time I've tried Eldritch Forces, it has failed miserably. And every time I've asked for a little bit more help. And now I just thought, you know what? No, I really can't do it. So I just asked for straight up the method to do it. No vagueness, no interpretation that I can have of my own. Just do it. Is that a Uganda Knuckles meme? This is what has been created out of it. I've been informed through chats on the Discord. It took me a while to work out, and credit to Lucas and Kobe, they explained this concept to me to a degree where I actually understand it now. So it turned out Bun Bun is a kind of one-shotty boy, is actually a sort of Omni-Strike boy, possibly? Or he just attacks everywhere. He's an omnipotent but not omnibenevolent being, and he kills everything within sight. So spamming out these little meat shields isn't actually helping in any way at all. They're not getting to Mecha Bun by the time that they're killed, so it's just not worth it. People said that Metal Cat was a good idea, so I'm glad I put that in. They also said Zamboni, useful sort of thing to have. I've stolen Thaumaturge from a video probably Coffee made or somebody or something, thank you for that. And these dual erasers. They say if my eraser here is high level enough, it will survive a hit. Now I don't know if it's high level enough, but if it's not, I think I actually might be able to remedy that. Anyway, next is an interesting thing. Sadako Cat. Not Octopus Cat, because actually Octopus Cat apparently doesn't actually do what you want it to do. Its attack rate, I believe I've been told, is slower than Sadako Cat, so the amount of weakening that you get on floating isn't as much. And as there are no waves to be blocked, we don't need Octopus Cat. And obviously the first form, Kutatsu Cat, isn't going to be as useful as Sadako Cat, so that's the happy medium where we find it. We're also doing as little damage as possible, which is good, someone said, or something. I don't know, whatever. We see the return of Tathagata Cat. Now, I'm glad. I haven't had much opportunity to bring out Tathagata Cat, but that's mostly my fault because I never use him. But here, his procs and giant Monty Python foot should come in handy. Cyberpunks. When the amount of people on that comment section said, stack Cyberpunks, I'm like, what are you physically talking about, people? I do not understand. If my mecha buns come over to me and I'm trying my very best to bring out a Cyberpunk and everything else and it kills me, how do you expect me to stack them past that? And then the more comments I read, the more evident it became that you're not actually supposed to lure, which surprises me, but then also when you stack Cyberpunks, it makes sense. The boss Shockwave will knock us back, they'll stand at range and hopefully keep him rooted in place. Ultralan Passalan is a crowd control Uber. Something else I learned recently, what CC actually means when people talk about it. It's not the coloured form of some units. They mean crowd control, which I know now. That's great. He's there to do all sorts of things, the freezing and the knocking back of everything except metal enemies which aren't in the level. And Trickster Himayuri, which I'm actually going to get rid of for this video because people said about crowd control, Himayuri is very good at that and also anti-floating. But I am sorry to say, Himayuri, that you have been trumped by today's edition, today's hypermaxed, in fact, addition to the Catfruit Evolution's Ultima Galaxy Cosmo, who, better than his previous form, should add to the keeping rooted of Mecha Bun Bun, and this is where we are going to test him out and hopefully have him do some good work. I'm going to bring the speed up just because the process of stacking Cyberpunks is naturally going to take a very long time. Past that, I'm not entirely sure. I don't mind wasting some of the energy here in one of the runs because if I beat it, it's going to replenish my energy, so the more that I waste, the better it is, because energy profit and that. So let's just go in with the speed up and test out this new Super Galaxy Cosmo true form. Right, here he is then, lil boy. Let's bring out Sadako Cat then. So people suggest that I'm just putting out Sadako Cat, Metal Cat, and maybe a bit of Thaumaturge, because that can weaken. Thaumaturge is a good boy for that sort of thing. I say good boy is B-O-I, because Thaumaturge is actually a female character. So this is the plan, just weaken that, weaken us, essentially, in our own little way, and just keep upgrading the working cat and stacking Cyberpunks. I need to do that, I completely forgot about that. And I doubt I'll be able to stack as many as people say. They're like, stack 3! 3 will be enough! I reckon I will have killed Lil Bun Bun far before that. But you know what? We'll work with what we've got. We'll try our best, and we'll see how we do. I'm not going to bring out Ultima Galaxy Cosmo yet, because it runs very fast, I assume, like Super Galaxy Cosmo, and I assume is going to be just as dangerous to use on the battlefield as Super Galaxy Cosmo, so I'm going to have to try and protect it in its sort of childish innocence and dangerousness. Got through half of the recharge time of Cyberpunk Cat. Still no sign of getting another one, but equally no sign of a dead Lil Bun Bun, which is the most important thing. I reckon I'm going to get no more than 2. If I get 2, I'll be glad, because this always... Yeah, okay, that's died. Things are always more difficult than people say they are in their YouTube comments, but we've got one Cyberpunk, so I mean, that's gonna be just fine. I guess we'll start spamming everything else. Actually, when I say everything else except the expensive units, because I can't really see them having much of an advantage putting them out early. I think we'll put them out when we're rooted in a good position. And as I slowly lose my voice, there's Tathagata Cat. Haven't seen you in ages, my good fellow. Nice to see you there. And we can get another Cyberpunk. So, okay, even though they're apart at the moment, we're going to have 2 stacked. And here he is, my boy. We're going to get both of them out. Then here is Ultima Galaxy Cosmo. And look at that and all the colour. Oh, and the attack animation is filled with a kind of yellow smoke. And oh, the blue. Oh, it makes a bird in the sky. That's brilliant. And there we go. There's a knockback and freeze. Well, I must say, that is a fantastic attack animation. That really steals the show. Nice one, Ultima Galaxy Cosmo. I really like that. That's good. The yellow smoke is ominous. I really like it. Just sort of defines him a little bit more. The constellation-y thing in the sky is really good. Really like that. I mean, even though Ultraland the Ultraman's really tall.
Because Ultraland is the Ultraman.
That attack animation towers above him in excitingness. Really good. It's a shame that he's actually really low definition. If you look now, I'll probably zoom into him and see how incredibly low definition he is in contrast to things like Cyberpunk Cat. But equally, wow, what a nice attack animation. He's actually doing an incredibly good job here as well at keeping him in place. Like, Mecha Bun Bun just moved forward a little bit. He did his attack, moved him back, rooted him in place, and he couldn't do a single thing. This is really good when people tell you what to do, isn't it? It suddenly starts working really well. I've only now noticed that there's a different theme to this as well. It's sort of a bit of a sort of more trumpety variation on the moon theme. Like, I'm really not a music person. I dropped it as soon as I could. I like listening to it, but no! Ultima Galaxy Cosmo! Oh, it's all chaos now. I'm trying to speak about music here, but we got two of them. But Mecha Bun, in his haste to ruin everything, is moving forward and killing everything. And I mean, he's going to start his attack animation again, isn't he? Everything's dead. But you know, I'm not actually too sad about that, because energy-wise, that's sort of playing into my hands. But as I was saying, more of a sort of trumpety, embroidered, I can't think of the word, added to, whatever the word is, version of the moon theme. It's sort of nice. I'm alright with it. Not too exciting, but it's a new theme. That's great. And in my haste to explain away my lack of knowledge about music, oh, what? Not going to change anything in the strat quite yet. Reason being that I don't see anything wrong with the strat, you know? It seems fine. I don't know why it failed so miserably before, but we're going to try and do something a little bit different here. And what I've done is I brought CPU to bring everything out at the maximum efficiency possible, and Sniper the Cat, because although, yes, we want to keep things in the same position and frozen, ultimately, that doesn't really affect Ultima Galaxy Cosmo. It's just going to do a whooshy attack that will freeze anything that's vaguely nearby. And we need to keep knocking him back and freezing him, I find, because freezing him isn't enough. He just comes out of the freeze like the 10th Doctor in Blink. I was wondering why everything was dying so quickly. I need to get my thaumaturge out, don't I? Start weakening things again. But I'm wondering, how am I going to make this last longer? Zamboni's not going to attack, so maybe that's the way to do it. What is doing the most damage? Probably Sadako. So if I can manage with, say, just one thaumaturge, and then Metal Machos and Zamboni, we can make this last longer, wait this out for longer, and we'll be alright. That's my thinking, and I have a freeze cannon on. I would have preferred a normal one, now that I have a distinct lack of Manic Macho legs, but I'm sure it's fine. Can we wait this? Oh, no we can't, and I've sped it up. I've sped up my failure. No, you are not killing me, alright? No, you are not. I'm going to try and do it like this then. We've got two Thaumaturges by my count now. We've got more Zambonis. We've got a Cyberpunk shooting past him and occasionally on him. If this doesn't work, you know what? I'm out of ideas. I'm out of ideas. For all that guff about it's so much easier when people tell you what to do, that isn't 3 Cyberpunks by any stretch of the imagination. You know, you can't just tell me to do something because it works, right? You tell me to do something if I'm actually realistically capable of doing it. I'm going to go to the philosopher Immanuel Kant for this one. He said, ought implies can. If I ought to do something, I need to actually be able to do it. Please bear that in mind, and always lower your expectations. I'm going to turn the CPU on now then. You can just spam everything and try its very best. Oh, I was going to... Actually, putting the Cosmo out there is probably going to be fine, actually. We're just going to see how we do. That stuff's all just going to die. Oh no, it's just going to get knocked back. That's alright then. Oh, it's going to die now. That's less alright then. Hopefully stuff will move past. Ultima, please. Just stay safe. Right. We got the meat shielding out now. It's going to do its very best. We'll keep the speed up off while we just assess the situation, see if we're doing anything good whatsoever. It looks like our monies are going to be alright. Maybe people's suggestion to stack cyberpunks involves doing that within the battle itself. Once you don't lure, it might be easier, and with more of the freezy stuff, it might be possible. So maybe actually what people are suggesting I can do. It might just take a lot longer than I thought it would. Good old Tapagata Capo. That is an absolute classic of Cat Fruit Evolutions. That must have been one of the first. We're moving Mechabun back. I mean, we're getting a lot of strong peon spawns, which are actually putting us in a little bit of danger here. And I probably could have done better with the normal cannon, which I should have thought of before going into this round of battle. But still, hopefully the fight back doesn't ensue a Mechabun. And now, we have two of these wonderful new true forms. Low definition, yes, but everything else about it I really like. The freezing works a lot better for using. I imagine that Super Galaxy Cosmo will actually now become less situational and more usable, and I think it's great. The colours, the attack animation, it's just a shame it's in minus 480p, really. And I mean, that sort of grateful crane or whatever it is in the sky, that's pretty high definition, I'm sure. More high definition than the unit itself. And Ponos, you can do this, you know, you can make Cyberpunk high definition. But why is Ultima gotta be so low definition? You've made this cat an update 7.1. I mean, I know it's got complex designs on it, but that must have still been designed. Can't you just have... Oh, we've beaten Mechabun. But couldn't you just have, like, drawn over the edges in, like, a high-definition mark at 3? 3 of them. I don't know how this sort of art stuff works, so I'm not going to assume I know the process, but I know you're fully capable of doing high-definition stuff. So why isn't this boy high definition? I mean, look at them standing next to each other. Special cats. Special cats? What do you mean special cats Mechabun receipt? What? Is that an errand S, or is this some kind of Easter egg? Well, we can activate it at the upgrade menu anyway, and we got feathers. Well, I mean, that sorts us. 30 cat food and energy fully recovered as well then. And oh, we got a menu. I get it. Battlecats thinks that this is the end of the story as a legend. But it's not. That ended at the legend ends. And I don't care if unkept promises is a witty statement for how there's another subchapter on top of it. You're just wrong, alright? This isn't the end of story as a legend. And so, having freed the cats trapped in the lands of legend, the cats came back to their own time. Welcome home, cats! Oh, they brought souvenirs. How kind! Chocolate macadamia nuts! Well, we were hoping for a bit more. Anyhow, with the help of the legend cats, the battle cats can finally retire and live in peace forever, is what I thought. But that didn't actually happen. Someone accidentally sat on the time machine's button and now the cats were sent to a weird place no one had ever heard of. It wasn't me, I promise. Yesterday I ran into the marketing manager of the Battle Cats, again. I didn't ask, but he told me a lot of top secret info, again. It seems like there they ended up, the Lost Cat Army discovered other cats dressed like Bamzuki biker gangs, or members of idol groups with number IDs and other unusual creatures. It was really hard to tell when the cats actually were. They discovered some of the legends were actually just descendants of the real heroes of legend. The cats had also found a dark guild researching forbidden knowledge. Naturally, they were too curious and immediately decided to stay. There's no helping it, they're only cats. I tried to stop him, but he kept talking loudly, and the next morning, it was all over the news. Of course, the government immediately demanded answers, but the cats just hid on top of a cupboard until they left. Anyhow, it seems the Battle Cats are the undisputed masters of time travel. Maybe this time they'll discover the real ultimate super weapon. Go for it, cats. You can do it, cats. 3 cheers. No. No. Right? The legend has ended. Stop. Full clear bonus. True form of Arun Wolf unlocked. Upgrade to 30 and use XP/catfruit to activate. Ah, yeah, catfruit. Yeah, no, I get you. We'll get onto that, alright? Yes, 29 years behind everyone else, but it's like fine dining. I do this properly, and you wait for it properly. Perhaps I'm just teaching you all patience. Instead of this meme. Oh, yeah, no, the thing is, I know what these all look like as well, because I'm so far behind, I've inevitably had it spoiled like everything else. It's not even exciting, right? I would have loved to be excited by this, but I'm not. Yeah, good, no, that's not good for you. No, stop that right now. I mean, I've only just got the sod. I haven't physically unlocked him and you're talking about a true form. Game, have patience. Spread things out. Do not lump all of this on me at once. Don't do that! Anyway, if that's not a whole bundle of foreshadowing, I don't know what is. And actually, if it's not enough for you, here's a little bit more. So that was the true form of Super Galaxy Cosmo, Ultimate Galaxy Cosmo. I really like it. Yes, he's low definition, but everything else about him is wonderful. And we've finally beaten Mechabun as well. We're only now 27 years behind everyone else who plays the game. So it's fine. Anyway, it's boiling hot in here now. The British summer is back, and boy, am I unhappy to see that. Anyway, Scrooge McRegit is going to say goodbye to you very soon now. If you have enjoyed, I might ask you to subscribe if you'd like to. We're trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I know we won't. I say that every time with the sort of thought of how disingenuous I'm being within my head. We haven't even hit 40 yet. But it's nice to dream. Maybe you can help us work towards that 50k goal. Please, but only if you'd like to. Not going to pretend I have the right to force you to subscribe, but maybe please do. Like, please do. I promise I'll make good content. I'm working on it. And on that, I hope you enjoyed.